Hi, I'm Spiky. Welcome to my clinic. Now, who are you and what do you do for a living?
I'm Antonis. I grew up in Greece, then I traveled the world, and now I just happen to live in Berlin. But I still work very much internationally, and what I do for work varies. But let's say that the main focus has to do with learning and training and developing skills. So that's the main thing I do. I do kind of hate the expression, what do you do for a living? Because I can answer it easily as I breathe for a living, and everything else that I do that is related to my work. If I have the capacity and the privilege, I can put some purpose in it, but it's indirectly contributing to life moving forward, not me staying alive as a person.
What makes you a professional dreamer and what do you like about it?
What makes me a professional dreamer is the fact that I can dream. The fact that through my work, through my volunteering, through everything I do in my life, I try to have an impact, a social or environmental impact. So I don't do things just for for living, but because it will create a positive impact. It will leave the world slightly better than I found it. I like to think that I've put a little bit of my input in creating a better world for the people around me and myself and the society the way I'm able to impact it.
What challenges have you faced as a youth worker?
Challenges are opportunities, right? If you manage to look at them that way. But in reality, it's not always as easy to look at challenges as opportunities. I would say that when it comes to youth work in particular, and it's kind of related to the fact that it's an impact oriented line of work, is financial mostly. There are not sufficient structures to make it like your core ways to survive comfortably and keep investing in the impact that you're trying to make. So yeah, I think that's something that needs to be changing. I think in the past 15 or 20 years, there are notions like social entrepreneurship or other notions that try to bridge the for-profit oriented business and the non-profit world into something that is like a merge that can be financially sustainable without losing its focus on its impact. So I'm hoping by the end of my life this will be the norm instead of just the exception.
What does burnout mean for you? Give some examples.
Burnout. Well, as somebody who has ADHD and hyperactivity, when I do feel the effects of burnout, it's already too late. So for me and people like me, I guess it's a different experience than I don't know other people that tend to take on too much and put too many things on their plate. I do that. It's just that I don't feel it's too much until I suffer the effects. So yeah, burnout means you're crossing the limit that your body can take and your mind can take. So it's not a healthy thing.
If burnout was a dragon, how would you describe it?
I would describe burnout as a dragon that is too big but caged in a small cage that doesn't is not enough to keep it in. So it's a dragon that has power that cannot exercise that power because it's limited by its own um, its own surrounding.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. How did burnout impact your life and how did you deal with it?
I like how the past tense assumes that I have actually dealt with it. I wish it was always true. um, it has impacted my life in limiting me to reach my full potential in the sense that allows me to maximize my impact in the world. So when I have to switch from one thing that I'm doing to another because I put too many things on my plate and I'm not able to handle all of them at the same time, that means I'm not able to invest as much effort and time and energy into something that, if I were able to, I would go in depth and I would really have the effect that I want to have and the effect that I envision when I take up the tasks. Because it always starts with the positive motivation. It's just that the end result is negative because I'm not as able to manage how much I can fulfill in the limited time that I have. So it has had a negative effect rather than a positive one.
What did you learn from your experience?
Less is more. It's much better to aim at fewer goals that you know you can fulfill rather than taking too much and thinking that, I don't know, if I achieve 7 of the 10 goals that I put, then it's already a success. It's usually not. If I achieve 3, but it's really in depth, that's a lot better than achieving more in number but less in quality.
Now, if you could send a message to a younger self, what would you say to help them prevent burnout?
You'll get there. That's what I would say. Because the thing is that what I can say now comes from having already lived the experience that allowed me to have this knowledge and insight. So if I would simply say it to my younger self, I will listen to it rationally, but I wouldn't be able to embody that. So I cannot really give an advice other than live through it and you'll get there.